Okay, it has come to my attention that certain DJs are not updating their folders or their libraries. In other words, they're not digging for new tracks to play. They're pretty much recycling the old tracks they already have. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have a large library to play with, that's fine. But the way I see things, and especially so many new tracks comes out on a daily basis, it should behoove you to want to update your library every single time. I mean, from what the way I look at things, DJs should be doing that on a daily basis, especially if they want to play and bring out new and introduce new music to the masses, to their audience. Um, Not doing that, to me, it's a little on the lazy side. I'm looking at that, but we're going to discuss it because this should be discussed because it should not go as far as it's gone. And I heard this situation has been happening throughout years, not just months, years. And we need a discussion. So, without further ado, let's go. What's going on, everyone? This is House That Speaks. Welcome to another Monday Night Rant. If you are new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm doing another Monday Night Rant. And as you can see up on the subject matter today, why DJs are not digging for new tracks, especially DJs who's been in the game for a long time. What what is the reason for you not updating your library with new, fresh tracks? I mean, because you can't say it's not enough music out there. I'm going to debunk that today. So that cannot be the reason. I mean, if I'm being honest and being blunt about it, you're lazy. You're too lazy to do the work because there are abundance of tracks out there. You don't want to take the time out to search for new music. You rather keep the music that you have in your library. And as I mentioned before, if you have a large library, that's fine, but that's still only going to take you so far. A DJ should be introducing new music to the masses anywhere. I mean, disc jockeys back in the day, that was their sole purpose, is to, whenever a new track or a new album or a new song came out, they made sure that song gets as much airplay as possible. Why? That's how sales are generated. You know, when you listen to a new song, you like it, you're gonna run to back in the day, you'll run to the record store, you're gonna purchase that, or if it's in CDs, you're gonna purchase that. Then you're gonna come home, you're gonna put it on your record player or your CD player, or if you have, like, back in the days, we had those cassette tapes, you'll get a cassette tape and you're gonna play it. And that's how the artist made money and the producers made money. That's how it went. Where did that go wrong? Or where now the norm is, I'm not going to take the time or do the work to buy new tracks for my library. I'm just going to keep recycling the ones I had for back in the day. And if I get a gig stuff that, I'll play them. Everybody will like it. Yeah, until people start noticing you don't have new music for them. you're playing the same stuff that they probably heard 10 years ago, 20 years ago. What you gonna do about that? And if the audience notice it, guess who else notice it? The promoters who hire you, the club owner who hires you. And guess what they're gonna do? They're not gonna hire you anymore because you're doing a disservice to them, and to be honest, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Now, we're not going to go too long with this, but I just want to make sure I point out a couple of things because this needs to be said because it's, to me, it's ridiculous. And shout out to my two members from the Red Lab who brought this subject matter to my attention, C. Marie and Rose Red. I appreciate you guys doing that. This was a conversation we had, and I told them that I was going to use this as a Monday night rant, and that's what I'm doing now. So we're going to go to the presentation. Like I said, this won't take long, so let's do it. Okay, why DJs don't dig for new tracks? That's my question. And if you're a new and upcoming DJ, you should be digging for new tracks daily. If you're an established DJ, you also should be digging for new tracks daily. Now, if even if you're a producer, because I know some DJs are producers and they will play, a good portion of their production, but they also going to play music that they receive from other producers as well, which means those tracks should be latest releases. Okay, let's go to the first segment. Okay, you probably won't see this, so I'm gonna read this off. And today, these are highlighted, so I usually try to do say some viewpoints on it. But I think for this particular subject matter, all these should be read word for word. So, why are DJs? Okay, what are DJs looking for when digging for new music? Please pay attention. DJs digging for new music look for unique, high quality tracks that fit their style. Now, that's important. You want to make sure that whatever tracks that you're looking for, no matter what genre you play, that it fits your signature style. Every DJ's styles is different. That means their track selection is different. My selection will definitely be different from another DJ's track selection. Even though there are times that, we might have the same tracks, but guess what? We are going to play them differently. So bear that in mind. Resonates with their audience and stand out for overplayed selections. In other words, you want to keep your playlist fresh of new music so you won't be playing the same tracks over and over and over again. Now, again, I don't there's nothing wrong with doing it, but if you want to keep things fresh, and especially if you're playing out, you definitely want to introduce new music to your audience. So it's important to make sure you have new music available in your library. Okay. They prioritize tracks with strong energy, clean production, and creative elements for smooth mixing, aiming to create memorable moments on the dance floor. That's the key ingredient. You want to keep people on the dance floor. That's what DJs mainly do. We entertain people. We, we play great music so people can enjoy it and dance to it. People are not going to be dancing to the same track over and over again. You play it at every doggone club or every venue or every time that you on a set. Or if you see a DJ that came before you play certain tracks, you go right behind that DJ and you play the same doggone track instead of going into your library and getting something new. If a if a DJ play a certain track, and I say, okay, ooh, I had that in my playlist, but since he played that track, I'm not gonna play that track. I'm gonna play something that will definitely give you the bat signal to play something new. Okay, so I hope everybody gets that. That's one of the key elements of DJs digging for new music. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now I'm going to explain. That's why I said before, if DJ saying that they can't find new music, I'm gonna debunk that because I'm gonna go and these are two. I'm only going to focus on two music platforms where DJs and producers present their upload their tracks to. Those are Traxsource and Beatport. Those are the main ones I personally use myself. So we're gonna go with Traxsource. So this is the information regarding digging for new music. Now, Traxsource typically releases hundreds of new tracks daily, as it's a popular platform for underground and electronic music. And of course, everybody know what underground music is, so I don't have to explain that. Okay. The exact amount varies depending on the day and release schedules from labels, but it's common to see between 200 and 500 tracks added in genres like house, tech house, deep house, and more. Okay, now this is 2 to 500 tracks daily. Daily. So there is no bloody excuse of any DJ saying that there's no new music out there. I'm not hearing that. Okay? Now we're gonna go to the other platform, which is Beatport, and we're gonna see what they say, what their information, what lies beneath them. Let's go. Okay. Beatport releases a similar volume of tracks daily to Traxsource, typically in the range of 300 to 70 to 700 new tracks per day. This varies based on label schedules and releases across many genres, including techno, house, trance, drum and bass, and more. Now, if you have went to Pete Beatport's platform, they do have different categories when it comes to their underground music. Now, whereas Track Source, they have categories as well, but I think Beatports are more refined in their categories than is Track Source. But it doesn't matter. The gist of what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that there are more than enough tracks that gets released, that gets uploaded to these two platforms daily. And these are the two platforms that I'm mentioning. I haven't mentioned Spotify. I haven't mentioned Amazon Music. I haven't mentioned Beatsorts. I have not mentioned the various record pools that's out there. So I haven't even mentioned those those ends of the spectrum. So sorry about that. So now here lies the question: why you're not digging for new tracks? That's the question that needs to be asked. And if you're a DJ that's not doing it, why? Because, like I said, for me, looking outside, looking into this, I'm going to say you're lazy. That's what I'm going to say. You might not like it, you might not like the tone, and I don't care. You don't have to like it. You know, I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to be as upfront, clear, precise, and as direct as possible. If you're DJ, if you're not digging for new tracks and you're not adding those new tracks to your library, that's a form of laziness. You don't want to do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, why are you DJing for? Is it for fame, fortune, or I heard one DJ told someone that I knew that the reason why he got into DJ just to get girls. So, if this is what I'm hearing, superficial crap. This is why the established and the old school DJs are getting a little upset about the amount of DJs that's out right now. And I'm gonna get to that on another Monday night rant about that because that's another topic and another subject for another day. But what I want to tell and say to my new and upcoming DJs, do the work. It's important. You know, you want to keep your library fresh. You want to keep having new tracks. When a new track comes out, if you like it and it fits your style, make sure you add it to your library. I mean, personally, I add new tracks to my library daily, mostly daily, but I make sure that when I'm playing, it doesn't matter if I'm playing on Twitch, it doesn't matter if I'm playing outside. I want to make sure that I have new music. Now, yes, I will play some of my classics and some of my favorites, but what I like to do is I like to mix that with the new tracks that I have. You know, because it introduced people to a new sound, a new track, from a new producer, because these producers are coming up all the time. So they definitely want their music out there. That's what we do as DJs. We make sure that that music gets out there to the masses so people can listen to it, so people can dance to it. And if they want to purchase it, they can purchase it as well. That's how these producers make their money, you know. And some of them, that's their primary income. So why are you being selfish or not assisting an entity that if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing as a DJ. DJ needs music to DJ. You can't DJ without music. You see how that goes? You cannot DJ without music. You need music to DJ. You can't have one without the other. So again, it behooves you to make sure that you keep your folder and your track library fresh. Make sure whatever track selection that you're creating, make sure you're adding new tracks, new music, because it benefits you if you do it. If you don't do it, if you want to be complacent and be lazy, okay, you can. You can do that. That's up to you. But don't come on social media complaining, getting upset that no one is not recognizing you. You're not getting booked. You know, your Twitch channel is not getting the subs or the follows that you want. Well, sir, ma'am, are you keeping up with the latest releases of music? Well, no, because, that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. You got to dig for new tracks. Okay, then why you DJing then? Let's ask that question. If you're saying that digging for new music is a lot of work, then what's your purpose of DJing for? Okay? Let's start doing the work, ladies and gentlemen. Please. It's for your benefit. I mean, because trust me, you're not going to hurt me. I'm doing the work. I make sure that I have, new tracks. Now, there are times that I might not play them, or I might play some. But at least I know I have them. And I will always keep adding new tracks every time, because I want to be able to bring out fresh new music for those to enjoy. Now, what do you think? Was I a little harsh? If I was, that's too bad. I'm sorry, but not sorry, because this needs to be said. This has been going on way too long. This is not the first time I heard about this, but let this be the last time. Let's do something. Let's do the work that we're supposed to be doing as DJs. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to end this right now. So, thank you all for listening in. Again, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when I'm doing another Monday Night Rant. This is House That Speaks. Thank you so much again for your attention. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your ongoing support to the channel. Thank you. And as always, peace and love. Make sure you please check out my show. The Groove Garden Sundays may be moving to another time and another day. I will be posting that information on my socials. But the Red Lab is always every Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you go to twitch.tv/house_nation_music. I have some new designs that's I have posted up on the storefront at TeePublic. Please make sure you check them out and support your guy. Appreciate it. Go to www.tpublic.com/user/househeads-speaks-design. I appreciate the love, everyone. And I'm out.
Those are old tracks. You see that?